Hey everyone, it's Matt Michaels here. I have Sin City Steve and Simon Street, and today we're going to be talking with one of the most impressive and hottest commodities on the independent wrestling scene today, Miss Aria Black. How you doing? Did I say black?
Good.
You said
Yeah,
black.
but
Yeah.
what's that about?
It's all good.
Damn, how you gonna do me like that?
It's you know what? If I wasn't like if my head wasn't screwed on straight, I mispronounced my own damn name. So I do apologize. Take it one more time. Miss Aria Blake. How you doing?
There it is. I'm good. How are you?
Doing good.
Yeah,
Doing
we're doing
good.
great.
Thank you.
I guess the first question is with the situation just being crazy nowadays, and um, you being on the East Coast. How have you been? Have you been able to deal with everything? And has it been just kind of craziness trying to mix in with normality?
I guess, yeah. I've been lucky to avoid getting it or anything or having anybody in my immediate family get it. Both of my boyfriend's parents got it, but they are in California where I think it's like the worst place currently. So at
Yeah.
least like Florida's bad, but it's at least there are some worse places. We're not number one. But it has taken wrestling from me, which kind of sucks because like the indies are really like not running. There's like a handful running, and I think they're all mostly in like the Northeast.
Right.
But yeah, there's not much wrestling going on down here, and it's given me time to like train and work out and stuff, but not have actual matches in front of people. I've missed that.
What what has been the hardest part of kind of you? It sucks because what you do is an athletic skill,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that to stay on top of your game, you have to you know do your craft. What has
Yeah.
been the most difficult part about not being able to get in a ring every day? And have you had to like condition yourself to work out more just to kind of stay in physical shape?
Yeah, I think that staying on top of physical shape and like I have been able to train here and there, not as much as I'd like though, given the situation, but like I I miss being able to like get those reps in, and I miss like being used to traveling to shows and seeing people and performing in front of crowds. Like I kind of do worry that first match back, like in front of a crowd, like kind of as close to normal as we can get. Like, how's that gonna go? But I don't think that's unique. I think a lot of people are probably feeling that right now.
Yeah, without a doubt. Do you do you think that when you get the chance to get in front of the crowd for the first time again, is it going to be nerves of you know nerves of joy or nerves of oh boy, I hope this goes well?
I think both, but I guess it depends how much I can train and stuff before that match. Because I feel like if I'm consistently able to, run the ropes and practice a little bit, that might help me with getting back to normal. But I definitely think I'll be a little bit nervous. I get nervous anyways, with or without a pandemic and months off. So yeah, I think it'll be nerve wracking.
So you know it's one thing that's interesting with this time and how everything is causing people to re-strategize. How they train and how when they do come back, how they want to initiate that. But some people you're hearing have developed new skills and they have the downtime now to kind of whether it be polishing up on promo work, physical fitness. Is there anything that you found that with this downtime you've been able to develop a skill that may link to, down the road when you things are normal per se?
I feel like I've had time to kind of heal injuries more. Like, given that I'm not bumping every weekend or sitting in a car perfectly still or whatever, especially like the shoulder that I injured a couple of years ago. I've been able to rehab that a little bit more and build more strength in that. But I've also, like, because of the pandemic, had to like get creative with merch and stuff, like trying to make an income while not doing shows exactly, but still paying my bills with wrestling somehow. So making new 8x10s, exploring new shirts, Patreon and stuff like that, just trying to expand myself and my brand, I guess, for the time being while there's no wrestling.
That's awesome. Yeah, and now I looked at your social media, and something that stood out to me was recently you went axe throwing.
I did.
There's a place here in Vegas down on Fremont, and I've always wanted to go. I haven't gone. What was your experience like doing the axe throwing?
I was just in Vegas like a couple days ago. That's funny. But axe throwing was like the coolest thing I've done all summer.
Nice.
I was at dinner with my boyfriend, my best friend, and her boyfriend. And it was for my birthday, a couple days before. And after dinner, my boyfriend's like, oh, I want to go find a 7-Eleven or something. So we start walking through downtown Orlando, and we like stumble upon the axe throwing place. And I'm like, oh, I've always wanted to go there. And he's like, I know, that's what we're doing. And I'm like, no, we're not. I was like dead ass set. I was like, this is not what we're doing. Because I was like, it was like almost 9 p.m. I was like, I don't even know if they're open. And I don't know if they're open with COVID right now, but they were. And then, like, I didn't believe TJ at all. But then Salina had to confirm it for me and be like, no, this is really like what we're doing. Like, until she said it, I like didn't believe it. So it was crazy, and it was so much fun, and like my shoulder hurt the next day, but like it was worth it. It was so much fun. TJ and I won, and it was.
It's awesome.
You know, you brought up TJ's name, and I'm assuming.
Yeah, I know him.
Yeah, I'm assuming too. You were in Vegas because he kind of is out here.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that you'll start maybe popping up at a certain Future Stars of Wrestling out here in Las Vegas?
Ooh, I would love to. Again, it just depends when things start running again. But yeah, I could definitely see that, like go out and visit him and do that. And this past week, we were going to train out there and do some stuff, but like we just mostly did touristy things instead. So I'll probably be able to check that school out at least sometime soon.
What is the most touristy thing that you guys did?
Ooh. Probably like walking through Caesar's Palace and the Bellagio, like seeing the flowers there and such.
Is it, because I haven't been on the Strip that much at all, how many people are there? Is it kind of an eerie feeling, or is there enough people to make you go, it just feels like normal?
Well, it was the first time like I've ever been out there, so wow. I can't really speak on normal, but I mean there's like a fair amount of people. Luckily everybody was wearing their mask indoors and outdoors, so like even though there was a fair amount of people, I could definitely see where there would be more people though.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting because so massive until that regularity is not there. Like I never thought of in terms of you drive down the street and you see all these people on the Strip, and now you drive down and you see people, but it's like, on the same lines, is there anything that you've done recently in Florida that you know is more touristy, or you know something that's like because Florida's been a little more open, that has more people, or have you been pretty much kind of just staying low-key at home?
The most touristy thing, like, well, I haven't done anything really much lately because like our touristy thing is mostly theme parks, and I think I'm going to be going to Disney soon and braving that, seeing how that goes. But from people I know who have been, it's like they take the proper precautions and stuff, so I feel comfortable now. And like you let that first wave of people go and they test the waters and everything. So I'm probably doing that soon. But I've actually been kind of traveling like with him to different shows he's had. Like I went to Los Angeles when he filmed for New Japan, Nashville when he filmed for Impact. Like that's where their studio is right now for filming.
Right.
So I've been able to like kind of visit him, barely be at home for the month of July really, but yeah, that's kind of what I've been up to.
Yeah, it must be tough too, having a long distance relationship. So,
Oh,
you know,
yeah.
yeah, let alone during a pandemic, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So when you've, you know, been in the ring, you've had some success with some stables and teams. One that stands out to me is the Cutie Pie Club. What inspired that?
We were just three cuties that happened to get along and look cute together. But no, my friend Rob Naylor was helping book Shine at the time, and like he could see the three of us just like one thing we all have in common is like being little bitches, I'd say. So kind of we just put that all together, and like it was a little bit like a Mean Girls kind of situation, like the plastics. So I maybe that was like an inspiration for it.
Yeah, I think that was, I mean, that was gold.
Yeah, it was fun.
And then the other person you get to work with is Salina.
Yeah.
How did you guys first meet, and what has it been like? I mean, we interviewed her last year, and she is, to me, one of the smartest freaking people that is self-driven I've ever met.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, she inspires me to like get more done and all that kind of, especially like in business. But we met in 2016, I think. Like she had just started in the business like a couple months, I'd say. And I was at her wrestling school one morning, and I was going to be training with Santana. And Salina showed up because Santana also invited her. I just didn't know it. So we were both there without Santana. So we just like got to talking and like became close friends. Like I remember she immediately was like, let me add you on my Snapchat. And I'm like, I barely know you, but okay. And then it was like a month-ish later, we wrestled each other twice on these ACW shows at like a Biketoberfest kind of deal. And I was like a year and a half into the business probably, and these were among her first matches. So they were really fun and memorable. And I still have like some pictures from them, but that's really how we got started on being close friends.
Awesome. That's awesome. And now, one thing that, again, with your travels and all that kind of stuff, I've got to ask, how did you become such a claw game expert? And and also, have you messed with any of those online apps that allow you to control a claw machine, typically located in Japan, where if you actually win the prize, they actually send it to you?
I didn't know about this at all. So no,
Really?
I've never messed with them. No, that's incredible though.
Yeah.
How I got good, I don't know. I think it's confidence. I have the confidence that I'm gonna win the toys I want, and I had a pretty good sweep the other day at Pink Wawa, and it was like the prettiest, cutest place I've ever been. And I gave one of the toys to his pigs, so like I only got 3 toys.
Only.
But it was fun. Yeah, only. But yeah, I definitely want to go back and win more. I don't know. Maybe it's just natural talent.
There you go. Yeah, the app is called Toreba, Toreba. It's available for iPhone and Android. And yeah,
Okay,
you control a claw machine, and it's in Japan. If you actually win the prize, they send it to you. You pay like the shipping's free, and you can redeem that like once every 3 weeks or whatever. So you should check it out.
Wow.
I am right now, so I don't forget. They look like they have cute prizes too.
They've got all sorts of stuff. I've actually I have gotten like a Bullet Club water bottle even. So occasionally they'll have stuff from like New Japan on there.
Ooh.
That's pretty cool.
Fancy.
So.
Okay, it's downloading now, so I'll get to that later.
Awesome.
So what are some, some other goals or aspirations that you kind of, looking forward to doing once, COVID kind of dies down, or at least gets, back to regular life as much as we can?
Well, I was set to achieve my goal of wrestling overseas like in July, but that obviously isn't happening. We're not allowed to travel anywhere really. I was gonna go to England and do some shows over there, but I don't know when I'm gonna be able to do that now. Other than that, most of my goals do involve wrestling overseas. Like I really want to go to Japan and like train in the dojo style and wrestle there, for wherever will have me. Same applies going to Mexico and learning more lucha stuff. Traveling just as much as I can, because like I've done a lot of my career in Georgia, Florida, this kind of area. So like I definitely just want to expand beyond that. And I guess like a tangible goal for now could be wrestling on the West Coast more once that gets running again. But yeah, those are mostly my goals, of traveling more.
Now, are you also kind of looking with that traveling and getting, soaking in that more experience? Are you looking at kind of switching up, your moveset repertoire or anything as you go along building?
Yeah, I have been trying to wrestle a more technical style just because it's easier on my body and I have like overly flexible joints. So it is easier for me to do certain technical things, and like low-key at training one time said I'm like Gumby, like the way that I can just like slide in and out of things. So yeah, hold on, someone's FaceTiming me. I need to deny them because it's messing up my stream with you.
Okay.
How rude. Okay. But yeah, so I really like technical wrestling. I obviously have someone I can learn from, so that's pretty cool. But if I, get to go out to Mexico, I want to learn more lucha. It's always been my favorite style, and be really cool to see my body can do all those kind of flips and things.
Well, and that's also a good thing too that you mentioned. I mean, your boyfriend has large amounts of experience and perspective that he can lend you and give you that insight of, those goals as you're setting it up. But I mean, that sounds pretty amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing you add that more technical side of wrestling in your repertoire. That'll be exciting to see.
Who so far that you've encountered, it doesn't have to be one person, it could be a couple people, but that you've really felt that you've gelled with in the ring?
There's been a few. I used to wrestle Priscilla Kelly all the time when she lived in this area, and that was really fun, like all over Georgia and Florida, and we always had really good matches together. Salina and I, when we weren't tagging together, the couple of times we have wrestled each other besides the first couple shows, like those have always been really good matches. I mesh really well with Roxy Rouge. She's more of a Florida-based wrestler, but I love her and she's really good. And like, we just have a really good character dynamic because she's very like bubbly and animated and like former theater kid, so she knows how to turn up the dramatics and be a real character. And I just like can be a complete brat with her. We can play the size difference game so much. So I'd say I mesh well with all of them.
That's really one of my favorite things, is watching when two people find that they work well together. And especially now with women's wrestling kind of taking a forefront and expanding, do you see yourself as part of a movement that will eventually lead to younger girls looking up to you guys, that hopefully within the next 10 years or so we see that women's wrestling is basically looked at its own merits. So it's not like, even just the evolution now, but really that women's wrestling there's no question you guys are, top game, top notch performers.
Yeah, I'd say that like the revolution has really helped us kind of be on this path towards being taken more seriously, being given more time, being given more opportunities, more storylines, more freedom, so much. So I can only see that as growing. And I'm really grateful to be part of wrestling during this time because, like, for instance, when I started watching wrestling in 2008, like, we were past mostly like the kind of degrading matches, I'd say, like bra and panties or like wrestling in pudding or mud or something. But it still like was the diva era that didn't really like get the respect it deserved, in my opinion. Like, not any knock on the women themselves, but I guess the business, those 3-minute matches and being the bathroom break matches or having like ridiculous segments that don't involve wrestling at all. Like, I'm glad that we're past that point too. So I can only see us being taken more and more seriously as time goes on.
Awesome. Yeah. And the thing that really stands out to me is that, you have already worked all over the world and you've got, just a few years behind you. You've worked for Rise, Shine, MLW, AWE in the Atlanta area. Which promotions are you the most eager to get back into and to use their platform to further your name and your brand?
My favorite promotion, hands down, is my home promotion in Atlanta Wrestling Entertainment. What sucks is right before the pandemic, I became the first Roar Women's Champion. So by default, I'm already the longest reigning. When I won, the belt wasn't in yet. So like I won, and the idea was next show we do this elaborate championship ceremony and get the belt and whatever. And I've never seen the belt. I've never touched it. It's somewhere in Atlanta at the Booker's house or something like that. But I am the Roar champion, regardless of possession is 9/10 the law, but I'm not 1/10. It doesn't happen. So yeah, I'm really excited to get back to Atlanta because I have been there the longest in the women's division too. So I pretty much can run shit however I want, and it's my division. And I'm excited to see, like, because we've got a lot of girls in Florida and Georgia that have like just started wrestling, not just started wrestling, but like just started traveling more. So it'd be really fun to see who they can bring in, what fresh meat they can bring in. And I also really miss Best Wrestling in Florida. That's like, I'd say my home Florida promotion. It's always a party there. It's always fun, and I miss it. I don't know when any of them are coming back, though.
Yeah. So that's so sad. I just know it is. It's like so sad because all of us feel that same way of like, when are these things that we love going to come back to us?
Yeah.
Oh man. Go ahead, Sana.
So I'm going to go ahead and put this positive energy out there. So when you put in all the hard work pays off and everything, and you are working at wherever the bigger promotions, WWE, AEW, New Japan, whatever, who would you be most excited to work with and do a match with?
I have to say, oh my God, I have 3 names I'm thinking of. Charlotte.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think she's the best.
Okay. And then, with Charlotte, who would you say would be the second? Because I saw you making a wish with your gestures.
Yes.
As like you have more than one. So who would be the one just below?
I Three.
Okay,
Below her, I would put Sasha Banks and Io Shirai.
All right.
Ooh.
All right.
Yeah, I think they're the best.
All right. See, we put that energy out there, it's going to happen. You watch. We're going to be sitting there one day, and it's going to happen.
I hope.
See, Io is a great. I think that your styles would come together. That would be phenomenal.
That'd be so fun.
Yeah, that would be so cool. You know, with AEW having this women's tag tournament coming up, and they're probably going to be bringing in a number of people, have you even thought about that potential?
I have. What's funny is, like, I think one time I tweeted that, well, I did tweet, that me and another, like, super flexible wrestler should team and be called the Flex Express. And, like, someone suggested to me it'd be Penelope Ford. So if she's listening and she wants another flexible partner that can also, like, do splits and stuff, I'm here. You know I am. I'm also blonde.
What in your words, what would the name of that team be?
The Flex Express.
The Flex Express. I like it.
Hell yeah. I love that name. I just like need to find somebody that's also like hypermobile and all that. The seeds are planted.
There you go. Flex Express. You heard it here. It is going to happen. Flex Express. What would the t-shirt look like though? I want to know what the t-shirt design would look like. I'm all in. I like it. I like the name.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. Something cute.
That would be cool.
And, you know, you had spoken earlier about adapting things to how things are now with COVID and things of that nature. I mean, a lot of people have already seemingly forgotten. I mean, back before COVID took over the world, independent wrestling was absolutely on fire. How do you think that independent wrestling promotions, but also independent wrestlers, will be able to adapt and respond in a post-COVID world?
I think that we're all going to be a lot more cautious about like our health and safety. I think literally it might not even be a wrestling thing, but I've heard like handshakes shouldn't really be a thing anymore. So even like down to things like that, I see there being changes, and like who knows how long we're going to have to wear masks for, or how long we're going to have to keep fans like 6 feet apart from each other. But I think there'll be a lot more people realizing that wrestling isn't something to take for granted either, because it can go away very quickly and unexpectedly. So I know that I'm like going to be a million times more grateful the next time I have a match. So yeah.
Makes a lot of sense.
Definitely.
Okay, so we're living in these crazy times. If the COVID turns out to be the foreshadower of a zombie apocalypse.
Right, if.
Okay, you can have a team of yourself and 3 other people in your life. Who would you choose to be the people to help you stay alive?
Do they have to be people I know?
No, not necessarily. No.
Okay, then that helps, because I would want The Rock on my zombie survival team.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think that's a good guess. I think that's a great guess. Man. I guess PJ can come.
Okay. You can do a lifeline. You can do a lifeline.
Yeah. Yeah. And the last one, this is so hard, because it's like you gotta survive and shit. What's a good skill to have? Weaponry, probably. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Wow. Because he always talks about archery and
shooting
and shit like that. So I feel like those are good skills to have. and hunting.
Without a doubt. And let's be real. I mean, tying it back to what we talked about earlier, now you have that axe throwing skill. I mean, I saw you hit a couple of bullseyes. So, I mean.
For sure. I can do that all day.
You know, now that I think about it, you said The Rock. Have we ever seen The Rock in a zombie apocalypse movie?
No.
No, we need to see that. We need to see that. Rock in a zombie
Yeah,
apocalypse
because I already feel like he'd be good at those kind of things, surviving in end of the world type of events.
There you go.
Yeah, he might be, if the end of the world happens, he might be the only one to survive.
he'll further the human race.
Yeah.
Single-handedly.
As we're wrapping up here, a final question I have for you is, what, if anything, would you say is the best thing that you love about being able to go out and perform for people?
The number one thing I love about it is, I think, just making myself just like happy and fulfilled doing it, because it's what I've always wanted to do. So each and every time I'm out there, whatever the result is, it's like a personal win. I went out there and I did something that I've put a lot of hard work and years into. And no matter if it's on a big stage, medium stage, whatever, large stage, small stage, I already said stage. But like, I just am so grateful for what I get to do. So being able to go out there and be like, I did it, is pretty much just like an indescribable feeling.
And final thought, is there anyone that you can point to, like family or friends, who really have been kind of your, for lack of a better word, rock, that in my head now, but someone or people who have been there for you during your journey?
I would say back to Salina, because we've been friends like pretty much since around my beginning and her beginning. So it's like coming up together, and we're so similar, and we are like real life best friends. Like we do talk all day, every day, and hang out all the time and see each other, even though we're not really tagging or anything anymore. But I'd say her, she's been there for so much. She knows like every single thing about me, and like vice versa. So I'd say her. That's my dog.
Who would make a better roommate, Salina or TJ?
Oh my God. Well, TJ, of course.
Right answer.
That's a no-brainer question.
I've stayed with both of them for extended periods of time. So, oh my God, it's like, like if I had to live with anybody else, like it would literally just be those two. So, I mean, but TJ would pay for everything. So. Okay.
Which one is the? I guess because I gotta know between the two. Which one is the better cleaner, or what's the best way to put it? Upkeeper of being a roommate, taking care of the shit that needs
tidy.
Yeah, the most tidy. That'll dust those plants. TJ, okay.
Yeah, Salina is perfect, but her place can be very messy at times.
Are you talking about like those piles of clothes that are clean?
There's that, in her room, but it's also like she shops so much that it's like there'll be Amazon boxes all over the place, and it's like organized chaos though.
She knows where everything is. If you asked her,
yeah,
where's that? She knows where it is. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up.
Oh my gosh. Steve, any final thoughts? Simon, any final thoughts?
No, the one thing that I would just mention is, Aria, if you would, just kind of give everybody a heads up on where they can follow you on social media, where they can pick up your merch to help support you during this time.
So it's prowrestlingtees.com/the Blake. I've got a couple of shirts up on there. If y'all want any 8x10s or anything, just send me a direct message on Instagram. It's the Aria Blake. On Twitter, it's I'm Aria Blake. And also there's patreon.com/the Aria Blake.
Cool.
Excellent. I mean, I can't encourage people enough. Please, if you've ever been a fan of Aria's, right now is the perfect time to, grab an 8x10 or grab a t-shirt, because it's very important to support everyone during this time. And I can't thank you enough for taking your time, Aria, to join us. And
Definitely.
I do hope that when things clear up and settle down, and hopefully everything is a little bit more normal, that you do get a chance to start coming out here. And I think with TJ's association now with FSW, I think that you'd find yourself kind of going, maybe I'll spend more time on the West Coast.
That's the plan eventually. But yeah, I definitely want to come out there, and we'll be visiting there as often as I can.
Awesome. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. And again, big thanks to Aria Blake for joining us. And again, support her. Go to Pro Wrestling Tees, grab a t-shirt, DM her, get a 8x10, and please just continue to support independent wrestlers during this hard time. Thanks everyone for listening, and until next time, see ya.
Awesome.
Good interview. Good interview.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
I hope you had a good time. And again, thanks for spending some time with us. I know the time difference can be a little bit of a pain in the ass sometimes, but
I'm used to it.
Well, yeah, because you're communicating with your man.
Yeah.
With your man. So yeah, so you're used to that. I think it's 4-hour difference. I think it is 3 hour. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Awesome.
I really, when I think about the possibility of you wrestling with Lacey Ryan.
Yep, that was exactly what I was thinking as well.
And I just get super excited in general, just because I really love women's wrestling, and I want to see that more of a focal point here in Vegas.
Yes.
And I think we got the place. We just need, obviously, COVID to stop, or whatever it's going to do.
Relax.
What the hell it's going to do. Yeah, relax. And then allow these talented women to come together and make Vegas a beacon of women's wrestling.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
I'm probably going to end up moving there. So,
Awesome.
yeah, hopefully can make more women's wrestling happen there.
I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it.
And one thing I got to say, if that does happen, you do move here, the community is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Like fans here. I mean, I lived 20 years in California, and the fans are good, but the fans here are just they will bend over backward.
They're more grateful. They're more grateful for everything that you do as a performer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
there's so much wrestling out here that I think that goes away sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been waiting for a long time. Like I think out of all the BadBoyz, I've been in Vegas the longest since '97. I was 15, and we've waited for wrestling to be in Las Vegas, and we were always feeling some kind of way because it wasn't. And so now that we're starting to see that here, that's where that appreciation comes from. When you get here, you'll see that in the community, people that's like me that have been here for a long time. We really want to wrestle. We love y'all. We love interacting with you. We respect y'all space, which is great.
That's
in your personal life, we really do, because we're a close-knit community. And so we'll be happy. We'll help you move. I'll help you move. Just let me know.
Okay. Good deal.
Awesome.
All right. Thank you so much for your time, Aria, and have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. You guys too. Bye.
See ya.
Bye-bye.